Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in cause number 23CC-CR 0048. Case is filed the state of Texas versus Ambriana Cornell Sykes. And Ms. Sykes, that is your full name?
Yes.
Sykes, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Sykes, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
I do.
Ms. Sykes, you may put your hand down. Again, Ms. Sykes, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Sykes, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on the line stating that you would like to waive your right to an attorney to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Ms. Sykes, before you sign the initial of these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes, I also have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Ms. Sykes, it alleges that you, Ambriana Cornell Sykes, on or about March 29th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault causing bodily injury to a family member. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Sykes, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are two sets of initials. The first set of initials, AS, are on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this line?
Yes.
The next set of initials are below a paragraph that is titled Discoveries Admonishment, and they're on a line next to a statement that reads as follows: I do not request discovery of the evidence. I waive my right to request discovery of the evidence in this case and enter a plea of guilty or nolo contendere. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Sykes, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents?
Yes.
Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sykes, are you a citizen of the United States?
No.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit, which is in the court's file. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibits 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
And now, Ms. Sykes, the state is offering State's Exhibits 1 and 2. State's Exhibit Number 1 is the document that had your initials, the first, the document that you previously acknowledged had your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. Also, the state would like to use this document as evidence in your case. Also, the state is offering probable cause affidavit, which is the police report. Do you have any objections to the state office using state's exhibit number 1 as evidence in your case? Okay, no objections. State's exhibit number 1 and 2 are admitted. Now, Ms. Sykes, also you have a right to have a court reporter dictate everything that's being said. And you also have a right to waive or give up that right to have a court reporter to dictate. Do you waive or give up your right? You know, waiving your right is saying that you don't want, you have a right to have somebody typing everything that's being said, but you can waive it, meaning that you don't necessarily want them, you don't need them to type up everything that's being said. Well, so are you waiving your right? I'm trying to get.
Are they typing it?
No, they're not.
Oh, so I don't waive. I mean, so I do waive it.
Okay, you do waive it. All right. Now, Ms. Sykes, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Okay, there's no evidence of that. Okay. Now, Ms. Sykes, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for a plea of guilty or no contest, state free to recommend 1 year deferred adjudication, community supervision,
Okay,
a $500 fine and court costs,
okay,
60 hours community-based service,
okay,
participation and completion of the batteries intervention prevention
Yep.
program. And
Okay.
also part of the probation is no contact with the complaining witness, in this case, Gila Yanez.
okay, let me see. Is Keila Yanez Castillo? That's what's in the information.
That's fine, too, yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Sykes, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During that 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $270. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a review analysis fee of $15 each month, and $15 reimbursement fee. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $153 a month. Will you be able to pay the $153 a month?
Yes, sir.
You will. You'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend and complete a batter's intervention and prevention program. We call it the BIP program. And you cannot have any contact with the victim in this case, Keila Yanez Castillo. And you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Sykes, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Sykes, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction and record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. And you can talk to an attorney about the non-disclosure. Now, you also have before you a document that is titled Model Written Ammunition on Ineligibility to Possess a Firearm or Ammunition. And I'll go over this document with you. And it reads as follows. In accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonish you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.013, firearms mean any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective order. Now, Ms. Sykes, the written admonition that has been given to you is for your records. This will conclude your case. You're going to stand in front of our court clerk and follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. All right, thank you. And the court will be in recess